Hey guys, it's Carolina here from KarolinasKrafts and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to show you guys how to make a box for the slimline cards using a die. I had some requests to show you guys how I make this box, so I will be doing that today. And this is from the KarolinasKrafts store. I will have a link for it down below in the description box. Just note that this does use quite a lot of paper, like a lot. So I'm going to be using a 12 by 12 sheet, and I think I might still need more because you need two pieces like this. You're going to need two pieces like this, and then there's this piece, and you need two pieces of this as well. So we have a lot of cutting to do. I think this is actually too small. I'm going to need a second sheet of paper. And then this one, normally with the patterned paper, you would cut it out using this. But this cuts out two separate pieces. It cuts the outside and the inside. So you kind of get like this border piece, and then you get like an inside piece. I did that on a previous one, which I'll show you guys in a second. But I think on this one, I'm just going to cut paper into squares because I just don't want this look for it. I just want a square this time, but I will show you guys what that looks like. So this is what I mean that I cut two separate pieces, and it's easy for you guys to see because I was using double-sided paper like this. It's like a color on the other side. So I was able to just flip it, flip the outside, and then I had the inside. So I did that all around, but I didn't have enough for the whole sheet, so I didn't put anything back here, and I think that's fine, like as long as I have the rest of the box covered. So that's what that looks like if you choose to cut those pieces out as well. But today I'm just going to cut out the rectangles for this, but I will use a craft paper to cut out all of these pieces. So once I have two of all of these cut out, I will be right back. Okay guys, so once you have all of the pieces cut out, like I said, you need two of each one of these. And this one, if you really wanted to, you could just measure it and then cut it out yourself. But two of each piece, so that's what I did here. I only needed like this much of another sheet of paper, and I'm still saving the rest for other projects. But you basically need one sheet plus a little bit of extra. And then I also have these two pieces as well. And if this doesn't cut out completely and you only have like a little piece like of a scrap, that is fine. Like if it looks something like this where you only have this extra little piece, that's fine, because one of them I'm actually going to glue together, and you guys will see what I mean. But for now, right now, you just want to score all of these pieces. So you want to bend them in, do what you gotta do. So they do fold easily because they are perforated when you do the die cutting. And I'm only gonna fold one of these sides for now because that's all I'm gonna need for now. And same thing with this one. I'm like holding my bone folder as if I'm actually using it, but I'm not. This is so easy to do with your fingers. And I used 100 pound cardstock to cut it out, and it cut out like butter, so it's really great. Okay, so then this, you fold these guys as well, and this right here. Okay, so what you're going to do is just take one of these pieces, and you're basically just going to start gluing it. I think I'm actually going to glue this down first. Yeah, I'm going to glue that down first. So I'm going to grab some glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit on here for now. I mean, not for now, but just overall, you don't need that much. And I'm doing the smaller side because I want the bigger side later, because that will be easier for me to stick down to the top piece. So you're going to glue this down, line it up on the edge here, and make sure, you know, it's lined up, and that looks good. So once you have that, you can flatten this out, and then just go in with your bone folder, and you want to make sure it's going to stay in place. Okay, so that's that piece right there. Then you're gonna take this piece, you're gonna put glue on the bottom part, or you know, one of the parts, and then the flap as well. Okay, and I'm putting some glue on this flap right here. Okay, so you're gonna line this up, and you also want that flap on the inside. So line this up along the edge, get that flap stuck down in there. I do find this a little difficult to do, and I'm gonna try to make one by hand without using the die, just because I feel like that might be even easier than actually just using the die. There's that piece, and I still need this one. So this one I'm gonna flip over this way so I can make sure to use my bone folder and stick that down, but maybe I'll just use my fingers right now. So that's what that looks like right now. You have like the side of your box. Then you're going to do the same thing with this other side. So you know what, I'm actually gonna stick this down first. And I'm just gonna hold it there with my finger, flip it over, and use my bone folder. Okay, so now I'm gonna put glue on the rest of this. Okay, just like that. And you're gonna glue this down just like we did with the other one, and just line it up on the edge here. And now I'm gonna go in with my bone folder. Okay, so that's nice and secure right there. So now we have most of our box done, and then we just need to add the top layer. So for the top, I'm gonna put some glue on here, just so I could stick this piece down. I did a little bit too much glue, but that's okay. And I'm just holding it there for a little bit because it's kind of hard to go in and crease that. And then you're just gonna add this top layer here. So do like a section at a time. I'm going to do this piece, and I'm doing this piece. So you're just layering this right on top, and then this here. And I'm trying to press down at the same time, but I will flip it over once I have a pretty good spot, which I think that's it. And I'm gonna go in with my bone folder as much as I possibly can. So it's hard to do because my bone folder doesn't reach all the way in there, and you might be able to get in with your hand a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing here, and breaking my box. Okay, so I'm just pressing with my finger and then pressing on the outside. Okay, and you're gonna do the same thing to the other side. So now I'm gonna put some glue here, and I'm gonna glue that down. So again, it's hard to kind of get your bone folder in there, but I mean, it does work. So use your fingers to help you guys if you could get your hand inside the box, but I feel like there definitely is an easier way of doing this than using a die, especially for like a box, you know. Okay, so then you have this piece. Everything else is now a box. You got this piece right here, and this is just going to fold like so, and then this is gonna go inside. So what I like to do here is put that part inside first, just so I know like how I need to glue it down. Okay, and I'm gonna glue that down like that. So I'm gonna leave that in there. I'm gonna put some glue here, and I just do this just so I know it's gonna line up properly. And now I could press down and hold that in there until I know it's fairly secure before I open up that piece again and go in with my bone folder. Okay, so now I'm gonna open this and I'm gonna hold this down on the inside. And I could open up those flaps and I could just press down, and now I could go in with my bone folder as well. And that is how you create your box, guys. So that is how you put together the box. Now what I'm going to do is just measure these pieces so I could put down my layering pieces. And again, you can cut it out with the die, just like that. And this is what it would look like. And it has like that scalloped edge. I'm not going to do that. So this is about 9.5 this way. So I'm gonna cut, it's a little less than 9.5. It's like 9 7/16. I'm gonna cut this at like 9 1/4 and then see how that looks. And I'll cut this one at 4. If you're doing this, try to use a paper that isn't necessarily one direction like this. So let's cut this at, maybe let's cut it at 9 1/4. Okay, I got 9 1/4. And then at 4, and we're gonna do that 2 times. But before I cut that twice, I need to see how much I need to cut here. So it's gonna be 4 on here, but I kind of want my continuous pattern. So then I want it to overlap on this other side. So I'm gonna cut 4 and then 3/4. So 3/4. Okay, and that's like a continuous piece right here. Then I'm gonna cut at 4 again for the other side, and then 3/4 again. So I have these 2 pieces left over, and I could do that the top and bottom. That was definitely easier to do cutting it this way than using the die for this, because that's how I ran out of paper the first time. So I'm gonna glue this down. And I probably could have, you know, had a little bit more, cut this a little longer than 4 inches, but that's okay. So that's my 4 inches. Then I have this piece that I could put on the side here. Okay, so there's that piece. Then I'll do the back piece. I just want to make sure it keeps going and it's continuous. And I'm trying to line it up so that the top and bottom line up with the other paper. Okay, and then I have one more piece that's gonna go like that. Okay, so you can go in with your bone folder. You're not going to be able to get all the way down, but you could do as much as you can. Okay, so that's what you get. And I'm not even going to bother covering the top and the bottom. This is what this looks like, and my card is now going to fit in here. Okay, so I have this. You can punch a hole here, like a little slit, like a half circle, just so you know like where to open it. I didn't, but you can. And then this just fits nicely in here. You guys see, it's my slimline card, and it's a cute little box. Okay guys, and that is it. There is your box using this die. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, especially if you guys already owned the die. The little tips and tricks I learned along the way from cutting my previous one. And that is it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have this linked down below as well, the die. And I'll see you guys in my next crafty video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.